Fuel injector 8 circuit open. I've got no check engine light on, well, yet. Perfect.
I actually don't believe what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna strip the engine down again on my 2004 Dodge Ram HEMI here. For those of you who saw my last video, know the story on it. There was a problem on the engine, it was misfiring, so I've stripped it down with a hope I'm gonna be able to fix it. We pulled both of the heads, I've replaced the camshaft itself, I've replaced the timing chain, timing tensioner. I've also replaced 2 of the fuel injectors. I've cleaned the rest of the fuel injectors. I've custom made some new ground wires because we had some issues with the ground on this truck before. And I was hoping to start the truck and enjoy it. Unfortunately, when I was playing with oil pump, I think I've just damaged the small O-ring that goes in between oil pump and a pickup tube, and unfortunately that means there is no oil pressure in it at the moment. At least I think that's the problem. At the end of the previous video I said I think I'm just gonna park it outside underneath the tree and just leave it there. I just can't do it. I love it. I still want to fix it. I still want to enjoy it. I just can't leave it here. It won't be like me. So we're gonna have to tear the engine down again today, hopefully find the damaged seal, replace it. My plan for today is just to remove the front bits over here, so the fans, radiators and stuff. So this time I'm gonna try and do it the correct way. That means lifting the engine up and dropping the oil pan down so I can get the full access to the pickup tube and the oil pump. I already got the parts. I've got a brand new pickup tube O-ring or the seal. I also ordered a brand new oil pump because it was cheap enough. I'm really hoping that's gonna fix the problem. Yeah, let's begin.
Before I go any further, I just want to check something that I've seen on YouTube. So apparently over here next to the oil filter, literally right here, don't know if you're gonna be able to see that or not, that's the bolt which goes directly to the main oil gallery. I should be able to pump the oil in. Some people said it will prime the oil pump and resolve the oil pressure issue, so I'm gonna give that a try first before I go any further. So that's 16mm to 16mm adapter into the block on the one side, then the bulb connection, a hose, and basically a garden water spray to pump the oil in. Now I'm gonna plug the scanning tool and see if we can be able to build up some pressure. Okay, system selection, PCM, read data. Oh, that's too far. Oil pressure switch. Okay, still got low PSI. Let's give it a try. Okay, let's wait a bit. I still got nothing. It was worth a try, I think. It could have saved me lots and lots of work, but it didn't, so I'm just gonna carry on. Okay guys, let me catch you up here. The only addition I did this time, I've lifted the engine up and dropped the oil pan down, which gave me a full access to a pickup tube and the oil pump. Right, the oil pump itself, I don't really see, again, any smoking guns. I don't see anything obvious wrong with it. I've even stripped it down a bit, and you know, there was some scratches, but nothing that could cause the problem or the problem like this. So I'm not sure what to think exactly about it. Come on, hang on. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so as I said, we've got some marks over here. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. Some scratches, but very, very minor. So I don't think that's my problem. I don't think that was my problem. For us, the pickup tube, it's slightly bent over here. That's probably something that I did while I was playing with a oil pump the last time. The O-ring, again, nothing obvious wrong with it, apart from the fact it's, I don't think you're gonna be able to see that. Apart from the fact it's flattened, and it seems very, or it feels very old, very hard rubber. It doesn't sponge, if you know what I mean. Going forwards, I'm gonna install a new oil pump, a new O-ring. I'm gonna assemble the bottom of the engine together, so the oil pan, pickup tube, as I said, new seal and whatnot. So let's carry on.
Well, boys, she's all back together now. As I said, I couldn't see any smoking guns. There was a small debris on the pickup tube, which could potentially cause the oil pump to suck the air rather than oil. The O-ring, that was slightly out of order. Again, no smoking guns, nothing really obvious, nothing that I could say like, that's the problem, you know. But nevertheless, I've got everything put back together, and all I have to do now is to drop some fresh engine oil. I'm gonna drop some coolant, throw a battery in it, and hope for the best.
Okay, battery is in. Let's hook up the scanner. Okay, here goes nothing. What is wrong with this thing? Yes! 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 Okay, let's plug the relays, fuses, and see if we can start her up. One in. That's in. And that's in. Relay 57 and 58. She's running on all 8 cylinders. I've got no check engine light on, well, yet anyways. She seems to be doing fine. So now I'm gonna blow some air into this tire here, and I'm gonna take it for a very quick spin around the block just to be sure everything it's working as it should. Okay. First drive in 6. Oh, there she died. Perfect. I'm wondering if that's still the round issue that we had when we bought it. And we already got the check engine light back in. Wow. So what? I fixed nothing? Let's see what the codes are. Fuel injector 8 circuit open. That's interesting. Okay, let's Google it. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it for today. Obviously, now I've got an issue with a cylinder 8 fuel injector, but I think it might be just the plug or something. Unfortunately, I can't get there at this time because the engine is hot and the cylinder number 8 is right at the back. So I'm just gonna leave the truck here for today and come back tomorrow, see if I can do anything about it. what do I do with this truck? After the first startup, everything was fine. Unfortunately, as soon as I shut the engine down, I ran into the same start and die issues I had with it 2 years ago. But having a pretty good idea what could be the problem, I just made a brand new ground wires from the battery to the chassis and the battery to the engine block. That solved the problem. I was like, yes. Went for the drive, went for the short drive, come back home to change the engine oil after first 50 miles. Did that, start the engine back up, and check engine light came on. From there, I plugged in the scanner again. It showed me P0208 code, which is the fuel injector on cylinder 8. From there, after doing some checkups, I decided to swap the PCM because I had a spare one in my garage, and that helped to some extent. It ran fine until the moment I've switched the engine off and started back on again. Check engine light came on yet again. So I plugged in the scanner again. However, this time the scanner showed me, I think, bank 1 O2 sensor heater problem. So I was like, what else can I do? I knew the O2 sensors wasn't the problem because they are about, what, 6 months old or something like that. Same goes for the fuel injectors. The cylinder number 8, that's one of the new fuel injectors I've installed last week. So I don't think that could be the problem. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's since the new ground wires helped for the start and die issues, I thought, like, I'm gonna make a direct link from the battery ground to the PCM, because maybe that will help. Unfortunately, it didn't. So at this point, I'm just thinking I'm gonna leave it as it is. You know, the engine sounds really good. It drives smooth. It doesn't misfire, so that's sorted. It runs perfectly, apart from the fact I've got a check engine light pretty much constantly on, but it looks like that doesn't affect the truck in any way. So yeah, as I said, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I won't make any modifications or any repairs to it anymore. I'm just gonna carry on driving it to the ground. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.